Big video today. That video's old. The one you just watched, probably. It is too close to the camera too. Like, back up, Bobby. But here's like 14 things that are just going to help that I should have mentioned because that video's old that I totally would recommend for mixing vocals in Soundtrap. There's a huge part in this video too. This isn't like just a vocal video. Free autotune. You don't need premium for autotune. Vocal distortion, any good delays, any good reverbs, vocal doubling, imaging. Huge one is imaging. All for free. Let's go rapid fire into these tips. First one, in writing, S's look like this. Should have mentioned that in the original one. It's very easy to identify them. Also cut breaths out entirely. S's and T's look like this. Breaths look like this. Cut them out. Cut them out with vocal automation. 2, in mixing vocals, cut the low end before you boost the high end. Anything that you record in these vocals, just like you saw on my chain with that shelf move, if you remember, it's all cutting the lows before the highs, but an extended version of that. I go in more detail in this video, but always cut the lows before you boost the highs. Third one, shout out to me.
No, not like myself. Me, like M.E. is his name.
Super cool comment because it's super specific.
Thoughts actually like the coolest name for a YouTube channel. Like, how do you get that?
Singer-songwriters or anybody mixing vocals needs to know about slap delay. Harry Styles' Watermelon Sugar is the best use of slap delay that I've heard this year. Go over his vocal and you'll see that there's like an effect, but you can't really tell what it is. Hardly noticeable, very effective and moody. It's slap delay.
I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah.
That's something a lot of big producers can only get in Soundtoys Echo Boy, but we just got it for free. Now we get into the big ones. If you want a free 100% free autotune without ever having to pay for premium, trust me, it's true. Free autotune. Actually free autotune. Say it again, free auto. Not like you try the thing out for a week. I'm going to link this in all my videos. Can't believe I've never heard of it before. If you want a bunch of free plugins too, and anything that a professional producer could ever use available to you for fractions of the cost, $0 in every case that I'm going to show in this video. Here's what we do. Combining Soundtrap with Audacity. Audacity is an industry standard audio program for computers. If you don't have Audacity, you're not serious about music. Radio stations, musicians, everybody has it downloaded, and once you have it, you can put any piece of audio into Audacity and have any third-party plugins affecting that track exportable back into Soundtrap. I'll show you at the end of this video how to get audio from Soundtrap out of it into Audacity, affected by the plugins, and then back into Soundtrap. That is mind-blowing because if you could put anything from any third-party plugin on Audacity, you will have every single thing that professional mixers use available to you without a DAW, without Ableton for $800 or Pro Tools for, well, however much, thousands it is. You get to have all these plugins for free. I'm going through a list of all of the free plugins that I use that get you everything you'll need. Everything you're going to need is in this free plugin set. Let's go. First of all, you just get all of the free effects that are in Audacity anyway, which are brilliant effects. Experiment with them. There's like noise reduction that people still use only in Audacity. Even big producers go over to Audacity to do this stuff, so check out all of those. But on top of like every effect that you have in Audacity already, you get the Melda set. I just watched Reed Stefan interview the mixer for Miente, and he used a Melda plugin on that 2 billion view, $1 million song. I couldn't believe myself. He used the auto pan that you get with this thing.
I was big shocked.
Pro mixers are using these Melda plugins. You can EQ, a convolution, reverb, a delay, all of this stuff. I'm not telling you one plugin that's for free. I'm telling you every plugin that's for free is like here. You have every effect, and it's better than Soundtrap. Look at the vibratos. Just compare these two. So much more control over your vibrato. Tell me if you want every one of these plugins in-depth reviewed on my channel, by the way, because it's very complicated at first, and I'll tell you every step. But it's so much more control. The potential is out of this world, and mainly the auto monotone. M dot pitch, I think it's called. What's it called? M dot. I'll show it on the screen. Free 100% auto tune. Select the notes that you want to set right here. So much better than the Soundtrap auto tune because you have such more control. You have a width control. You have a formant shifter. Oh my God, you have a formant shifter. A formant shifter does this thing.
Hey, little piss baby.
It doesn't just lower the pitch, it lowers the formant, so it's that sound that's lower, but it's not lower. It's like so used all the time. We never got to use that, and it's totally for free. Next, Izotope makes like the industry standard mastering plugins. They're like brilliant. They're like a huge company. They make 3 free plugins that absolutely change the game. The first one is Izotope Vinyl. Vinyl makes your lo-fi pianos sound like this to this. Ozone Imager. Here's Andrew Sheps talking about Ozone Imager.
Izotope just put out the Ozone Stereo Imager, Ozone Imager, I think for free. Get it, it's amazing. You just go, and it goes either from a mono thing or a stereo thing. So
I use this thing all the time. Travis Scott ad-libs are nothing without it. I just made a Travis Scott video and had to like duplicate and add more reverbs. I could have just done this because I was trying to get that effect. Without it? Yeah! With it. Instantly better. Here's Mike Dean, who like is Kanye. He just like is Kanye's producer, has done like everything Kanye has done and everything Travis Scott has done. Just talking about Valhalla Reverbs.
That can't be deverb, can it? Say no.
No.
Just okay, good.
No, it's a lot of stuff, you know.
Tell me.
It's different all the time. I've been using the Slate reverb a lot lately.
Oh, okay.
I like the Valhallas.
Supermassive by Valhalla is 100% free, dude. And you can spend months with this reverb. There's no end to what we're getting here. Another less complicated one, pretty straightforward, is Tal Reverb. That one is brilliant. It's super smooth, especially in the top shimmery end. And if you want something even simpler, I think it's Acon Digital that makes the solo reverb one knob. Totally dry wets all of these. You don't have to have the original in your duplicate track. It's 100% wet and sounds twice as good. Tossing this as your reverb trap and Soundtrap and bringing it back in is so going to change the game. You will never sound like you made something in Soundtrap again. Talking about Valhalla one more time. Frequency echo is super cool. I haven't even used it that much because I haven't gotten to it, but I love this thing. Super effecty. Here's dry wet. Two types of vocal distortions. Vocal distortion 1 is the Black Rooster side. Heavy vocal distortion. I heard this on some video on YouTube recently. Blew my mind how good it sounded.
We're so much more than shadow. We're so much more than shadow.
A more subtle distortion for anybody who wants to just like add that little bit of extra oomph to your vocals. Freeamp can't pronounce that word. It's on the screen right now. Can't pronounce it. That's available. Sounds like this.
We're so much more than shadow. We're so much more than shadow.
By the way, anytime you put a vocal in Audacity, grab the TDR Slick EQ, download that, put the 10K high shelf knob up 2 dB at least. Just do it every time. Every time you have a vocal. I don't talk in absolutes, and I'm kind of exaggerating here, but every time do this to your vocal. Instantly makes it better. Nobody's vocal is bright enough.
We're so much more than shadow. We're so much more than shadow.
Nobody who has ever made a vocal in Soundtrap, I'm guaranteeing you this, would be at a loss if they didn't add the Slick EQ 10K boost on their vocal at least by 2 dB. Bold claim, it's true. Download it. please download it. All right, let's go into how to actually get everything that I said, just so you know exactly how everything works so that it will be the easiest that you can. Soundtrap is super cool, and we are taking advantage of her so much because you can't export your song as a WAV file in Soundtrap. But you can export a single track as a WAV file. Ooh! Go into your main vocal as soon as you record it and export that track. Go to this 3 little dot button, export the track. It'll download a WAV file of that entire track without effects. Perfect. Once you have that, just open up Audacity and drag and drop your entire file in there. Once you're in Audacity, you have your vocal in there, go up to Effects, click on the top that says Add/Remove Plugins. Then it'll give you a list of everything that you've downloaded, and once you've downloaded, installed everything on your computer, your plugins that you've downloaded online, anything that I showed you right now should show up. Once you're in there, highlight the plugin, press Enable, and then press OK. Now what you can do is highlight the section of audio that you want to use that effect on. So if you have a verse and a chorus, you could just have the reverb on the verse maybe. Or you could just have the auto tune in a certain section. To highlight every single piece of the vocal, click on the main track or press Command A or Control A on a Mac, Command A on a Mac, Control A on a PC. Highlights the entire section. Just drag and hold any section that you want the effect applied to. Then once that audio is looping, go back to Effects and hit the plugin that you want to apply to that section. You could hear in real time the effect working. Once you click on the plugin, highlight the certain section that you want, press the effect, and while the effect is going, you go over to the audio that you want to play, press Shift Spacebar to loop the section or just play it normally. And now you can control the parameters of the plugin while your song is playing and hear what it's doing in real time. And make sure that when you're done affecting and you want to lock in the change that you have, press Apply. If you don't press Apply, it won't be done to that vocal. It'll actually resample the vocal and put that effect permanently on there. You can always Control Z to undo your selection if you want to. But once you press Apply, it is on that file. And if you don't do that and you just exit out of the plugin, you won't have it applied. After the effect is applied and you're happy, you could layer multiple effects on and you could mix your entire vocal in here if you wanted to with just great plugins. And whenever you're done, you just go up, highlight the entire track again, Control A on PC, Command A on Mac, or just highlight right here, click the entire track, go to File, Export, export as a WAV file, highest quality audio file that you can. Once you have that, drag and drop it back into Soundtrap and you just put something that you can't do in there. Any plugin now is available to you. Anything that you could ever buy. 100% free. Once again, if I missed anything, if you want me to go more in depth here or there, leave a comment down below of what you guys want. I am so going to upload about this video. It's a huge video for this channel. I know I shoved it in the part 2 of the vocal series, but this goes for anything mixing wise throughout your entire process. Thank you guys just for watching though. Liking a sub, like again, goes a long way. We're a small channel right now, guys. So thank you guys for just watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace! Woo!